Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and I have over 9,000 hours in PokeMMO on my main account, so I feel like it's safe to say I have a decent amount of game knowledge and experience playing PokeMMO for over 12 years at this point. And one of the number one things that I see as a veteran player is people asking me, is it too late to start playing PokeMMO? Or, hey, I'm a new player, what should I be doing during event season? And these are great questions. So today, I've decided to embark on a challenge that will hopefully show you guys a path you can take as a new player during events and give you the tools you need to succeed within PokeMMO. It's really hard being a new player in any game, especially an MMO, but with the right tools, game knowledge, and plenty of time and effort, anybody can get far in this beautiful game. And firstly, I'm sure many of you may be wondering, what even is event season? Event season is what we call the string of events from October to February in PokeMMO. We get 3 events a year in PokeMMO usually. They all take place very close together. We have Halloween, the Christmas event, the winter event, aka we have the Halloween, the Christmas event / winter event, and then the Lunar New Year event. This challenge will be aimed at people specifically picking up the game during the Lunar New Year event, but I'm sure there's helpful information in here for just every type of player. Now, I have a lot of work to do, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be picking Unova as my starting region, as it's one of the best regions for good money-making methods, great EV training methods, good XP training spots, and tons of other benefits. It's also one of the quicker storylines to beat if you play it correctly. I'm going to go ahead and create my character, Lunar New Year Andy. I will be selecting Samurott as my starter Pokemon, as I do believe it is the best starting Pokemon in Unova. I have a video breaking down all the positives and negatives of each region in PokeMMO, as well as all of the starter Pokemon in each region, and expressing my thoughts on those adequately there. Now, I only have about 10 days to beat the storyline and make progress in the event, since the event ends on February 15th, and it is currently February 6th as I'm recording this in 2025. And I have a lot of goals, okay? I have a lot of progress to make. Here is the current list of goals at the start of this series. I want to at least make 1 million Pokeyen within 10 days. I want to get 1 full raid team, aka 6 Pokemon. I want to acquire a few utility Pokemon, maybe a catching Breloom and things like that. And I want to get 1 to 2 storylines done, and then maybe a few vanities for fun. This is a ton to do within 10 days, and I honestly don't know if it'll be possible. But I'm going to try my absolute best and show you guys what you can do to give yourself the best opportunity to succeed within PokeMMO. I hope you find this series helpful. I hope you find it entertaining. I hope you find enjoying your time here. And if you do, always make sure to like the video to let me know that you enjoy it, and subscribe. I'm going to pick my Oshawott and get started. Now, as of 2025, one of the number one things that I need to recommend people to do is make sure when you load up PokeMMO for the first time, if you're a new player, go over to your gameplay settings, go over to text speed, and turn this on instant. This is going to be extremely helpful for your pace and speed of doing anything in the game, especially if you're trying to be efficient and get through a storyline pretty effectively while trying to get to the event content. If you want to zoom through text boxes as quick as possible, holding Control key plus your A button, so for me it's Control plus Z on my keyboard, is actually the absolute fastest way to crank through chat messages if you're trying to get through a storyline quickly once again. I don't want to spend too much time focusing on actually showing you guys the storyline, as especially in Unova, most of it's just direct dialogue. You kind of just follow around. It's just one big circle. Right now we are over at Getsis in Accumula Town, just head north of the Straight City, the first city, and you kind of just come here, listen to them yap, and then we continue onward. All right, now make sure not to make the same mistake that I did. Make sure you catch at least 1 Pokemon before fighting N to help you take on this fight. If you lose to this fight, you will have to listen to Getsis yap all over again. So make sure when they encourage you to catch at least 1 Pokemon over here on Route 1, at least go ahead and catch 1. Maybe even do a little bit of XP training, because you don't want to have to listen to Getsis yap multiple times and fight N multiple times. They will not let you progress the storyline until you do so. Personally, I do recommend picking up a Lillipup, as I feel like it's a much stronger Pokemon and can evolve into Stoutland versus something like a Patrat, which is generally a weaker Pokemon in my personal opinion. And our Lillipup, our first catch, is actually pretty decent with a nice 31 speed stat, which we actually can sell for Pokeyen later if we want to, or just continue to use it as an effective Pokemon. Also, a really underrated mechanic in PokeMMO is when you defeat a Pokemon, you actually have a chance of just picking up random items. So I actually defeated a Lillipup and just got a free Great Ball. A free Great Ball when you're like late in the game is kind of nothing. A free Great Ball when you're literally on Route 1 is a very big deal and could help you catch a powerful Pokemon you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Don't be afraid to use potions in these early game fights if you need them, like in the situation against Bianca. I made sure to fight every single trainer along the route, which is really important in PokeMMO if you don't know. Something you do growing up playing traditional Pokemon is kind of avoid a lot of the trainers in the storyline. At least that's what I did. But in PokeMMO, the XP curve and the XP you gain is actually really important. You don't want to be stuck grinding wild Pokemon in grass if possible. If you battle every single trainer, you can kind of avoid that. Trainers actually give a little bit more XP than wild Pokemon. It actually says, for example, the cold player gained 114 total XP, 76 base XP, and plus 38 XP for trainer battle bonus. So trainers actually give more XP. And you might as well use the potions now, because the further you get into the game, those 20 HP potions aren't going to be as beneficial. So battle trainers, use potions, make good progress, get a little bit of extra Pokeyen along the way. And one of the first things you want to do whenever you visit a new town is always head inside the PC. That's going to reset your spawn location. If you die to a fight, die to a gym leader, die to a battle, it'll send you back to this town, as opposed to sending you all the way back to Accumula and having to walk all the way up to Striation. A weird strat you might want to employ if you're facing down Nacrene over here in the like school area, like I'm doing as an Oshawott player and he has the Snivy. I'm actually going to soak him to turn him into a water type so he doesn't have stab damage on his Vine Whip when he attacks me. Now, he can still Vine Whip me and it's still going to be super effective, but he won't have stab, so it's going to do a little bit less damage. 27% versus 40%, although I'm probably cooked in this fight anyway. And let this be a lesson that even someone with 9,000 hours is going to lose a ton of storyline fights if you don't have like Pokemon from an alt account, and it's okay. The biggest thing is to just keep going, keep gaining XP, and keep trucking along. As long as you keep going, you can't really lose in PokeMMO. Also, absolutely massive tip, if you head over to the Dream Yard to the east of that Striation City, if you go talk to this girl, who's the third trainer I believe you can run into along this route, she will straight up just give you one of the elemental monkeys, which is absolutely crucial for countering the Unova storyline. The first gym in Unova is probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest, because they directly counter the starter Pokemon you picked. If you picked Oshawott, they're going to have grass types. So being able to pick this Pokemon up to help counter that, and maybe even putting some XP and leveling into it and some love into it, is going to be super impactful in the early storyline on that first gym. All right, and due the help of our Pan-Seer Monkey with his reverse seer methods, with his states like a Giga Chad, we do go ahead and get our first gym badge, which does grow our max obedience level up to 24, which is super crucial. If you don't know, in PokeMMO, the way they balance your ability to transfer between regions is with the max obedience level. So in each single region, you have a limited level which you can level up your Pokemon to, and then if you level them to that level and they gain any XP, it'll count as stored XP for when you unlock the ability to actually level them up again. You can actually gain all that XP back. So no XP is wasted, but it makes it so you can't just buy high-level Pokemon off the GTL, because imagine if you could get to the 4th gym badge, unlock GTL access, and then all of a sudden just buy a level 100 Pokemon for 20k or 50k or whatever and just stomp the storyline. That would be no fun and there'd be no balance there. So definitely something to keep in mind is the max obedience level, a really common thing I see new players not know about because there's nothing in the game that explains it, which is a shame. Now, this is a great question. We can actually delve into our plans a little bit. Someone said, Pat, what is your plan to make the 1 million Pokeyen? During events, this is why we're able to abuse this. During events, it's going to be things like farming swarms, if we have access to them, grinding the Abundant Shrine, and playing the event itself, right? Starting as a new player in PokeMMO, as a new player during events is actually one of the most powerful things you can do right now, because I'm going to be honest, as a new player right now in PokeMMO, it's kind of harder than ever to make Pokeyen. And it does not make me happy to say that sentence. It actually makes me very sad. It's harder than ever for new players to make Pokeyen because a lot of new player money-making methods, aka catching Pokemon for profit, catching things for profit, have kind of been gutted with the hurt. The 1 times 31 market is hurt. Pokemon with good IVs are not worth as much as they used to. The reason why, in my personal opinion, is because of things like alphas being like constantly spammed and constantly bringing very good IV Pokemon into the game, alongside things like Mysterious Balls also bringing good IV Pokemon into the game at mass rates. It's lowering the value of those good IV Pokemon, which hurts new players. However, being an intermediate player and being endgame is better and easier than ever. So the biggest advice as a new player is just to push past the new player experience or the new player part as much as possible. As soon as you have all 5 storylines done, that's when you're in that intermediate stage. Basically, just get 5 storylines done, all the storylines. You don't have to have all of them, but like 3 to 5. New player to me is like 1 storyline or less. Once you start having 2, 3, 4, 5 storylines done, you're reaching that intermediate player part, and there's tons of money making methods at your disposal that are really powerful. Being able to make 200k Pokeyen pure yen with one region done, with just Sinnoh, with just Cloyster, being able to make 300k Pokeyen profit per hour with just like 4 Pokemon with a gym rerun team, right? With like 2 to 3 regions done. You can do a lot of really powerful things as an intermediate player, like way better than, like, back, you know, I hate to do like a back in my day boomer moment, but 10 years ago at endgame, we were farming like Everstones for 80k an hour, you know? Like, things are easier than ever for, which is a good thing. It's more powerful for intermediate and ender game, but new players, it's tough. It's a tough spot right now. So hopefully I can show you how to push past that new player experience and sort of get a big propulsion moment via abusing the event and event season. Okay, here is our Oshawott evolution as well. We got enough XP from defeating enough trainers just barely after the first gym badge. We're over at the breeding daycare center in Unova to already go ahead and get it over into a Duat evolution. Quick reminder to anybody playing the storylines, I think one of the coolest things about the PokeMMO storylines is that you can actually do them with every single starter if you want to, if that's like the thing you want to do for fun, right? So right here on Route 3, on the way to Nacrene City, you can actually pop lures, which are an item that costs Pokeyen from the Pokemart. So it'll cost you a little bit of Pokeyen, but you have a 5% chance of encountering Tepigs in this location, this patch of grass right here, if you're popping lures. The same is true for all of the starter Pokemon in each region. So in Snivy, you can see it's over in Pinwheel Forest with a lure. You have to be popping a lure to see them. And if you didn't go Oshawott, you can go catch Oshawott over in the cold storage area, which is a little further along in the storyline, to be fair, over in Driftvale City. So something to keep in mind if you want to do the storyline with all the starters, which is a lot of fun and kind of a childhood dream, I'm sure, for a lot of us. Okay, we have now unlocked Nacrene City, which might genuinely be one of the biggest unlocks, if not the biggest unlock in this 8-day or so challenge. By the way, you can actually see a live timer on screen. This shows when the event ends, so I only have this many days to do it, and realistically, I only really have 7 days, because one of those days is counting Valentine's Day. I think 2 of those actually, maybe. I'm married. I'm not going to be playing this game on fucking Valentine's Day. I'm so sorry. I have more important obligations. However, I will be doing the best I can and playing the most I can, and a lot of which is going to be including grinding Abundant Shrine, which is unlocked by just unlocking Nacrene City. Happy Lunar New Year, where it would be if things were peaceful. The Pokemon at the Abundant Shrine are fighting over who should be celebrated and are causing a ruckus. You don't need any Pokemon or any resources to do this activity, and I'm curious to see how much Pokeyen I can make from it. I don't even have access to the GTL yet, so if I grind this event, I'd have to get 3 more gym badges before I can even sell the things from this, but I think it's still worth it to test it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this here in a quick second. Alrighty, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in to see if I can actually queue up. I'm honestly kind of worried I can't queue up, but be surprised. Yep, that's what I kind of thought. Okay, so we will have to come back to this in the future, which also makes sense, which is also totally fine, because then we'll have access to the GTL. You do need 4 badges confirmed to be able to queue up for the Abundant Shrine, which is sort of like a dungeon mini-game in the event itself. So, let's just get back to the storyline. I'll see you guys probably with 4 gym badges or any tips along the way. Hey, sometimes, boys, you gotta just stop and smell the roses, or in this case, watch a bridge, because I love this spot. This is one of my favorite locations in PokeMMO, dude. Just really, really beautiful. All right, quick tip. If you are struggling to beat the Castelia City Gym Leader, who is all bug types, you can head up early up to Route 4 north of the city and go get yourself a Moxie Sandile. Get some Black Glasses items along the way. Why not? Get yourself a Moxie Sandile, and that's one of the most powerful Pokemon you can get to beat the Pokemon storyline in any region. A Moxie Scraggy works as well. Moxie Scraggy, Moxie Sandile, pretty much any Moxie Pokemon. It's some of the most powerful, one of the most powerful abilities, probably the most powerful you can use in a storyline run. And if you have streamer luck and are a very talented gamer, you'll simply catch a Brave Scraggy with 25 plus in all these stats, 31 speed. This is really, really good. It's not Moxie, which is unfortunate, but I'll still be able to do a ton with this Scraggy. Next big Unova storyline tip is that to the left of the PC over at this building, you can actually enter and engage sort of a battle tower type thing where you battle through a bunch of trainers. Your first time in, you'll run into an old man here that'll essentially talk to you about it. And you can head up here and battle all the trainers, and you should get an XP share afterwards, which is really, really good. For anyone who's ever done a Pokemon storyline, you understand how powerful the XP share is. So I'm going to battle as many of these trainers as I can and see if I can get a hold of one. Okay, if I hit this Razor Shell, we win. Nice. Okay, I think this is the XP share. This did take a little bit longer than I expected. I'm doing a much more chill. I know this is going to be a multi-day challenge, so I'm doing a much more chill storyline run than I would normally do. Does it accept this? Nice. Getting the XP share is huge. I'm definitely doing a much more slow-paced, like filled out journey, as opposed to if this was just a one-day challenge, I would have skipped this entirely. I would have like just gone for Pokeyen or just gone for certain things. You can definitely make priority decisions like that. I'm definitely going a bit slower here and just taking my time and trying to I'm trying to develop an account, you know, not just make Pokeyen or just do one goal, but having multiple goals like the one stated really changes that dynamic and really changes how you approach the game, in my opinion. All right, shout out to Direct from Twitch chat for this little tip, but apparently you can go talk to, I'm assuming, this NPC at the very first dock when you enter Castelia City, and he will give you a free evolution stone for the elemental monkey that you got for free as well. And you want to be really careful when you click this, because I picked Panseer, so I really want the fire stone. There we go. And that's going to be tremendously helpful when going against the first gym here, or the bug gym, as a water type. As I selected a water type for my starter, making sure to pick up that elemental monkey and the correct stone to evolve it is going to be a massive power boost to help you at this point of the game. That's a great tip. We're also already up to 37,000 Pokeyen just from essentially battling every trainer we run into. We just haven't skipped trainers, and we're already at a fair bit of Pokeyen for this early stages in the game. All right, and thanks to the absolute carrying, back-breaking work of our boy Jimmy, the Simiseer, we are able to take down the Castelia City gym. First try, definitely not third or fourth attempt. First try, boys. I do have 9,000 hours, so I would never lose to a gym 3 or 4 times. We all know that. True and real. There we go. Good progress, boys. All right, with 3 gyms complete, we only need 1 more to be able to actually start making some good Pokeyen and get back over to Nacrene to grind the Abundant Shrine. I'll probably wait until I have the Fly HM, though, just so I can easily travel between. So today is day 1 of this challenge. Is going to be mostly focused around storyline running so far. All right, and then I believe when you finally do make it over to Nimbasa City, we should get our bike after talking to this guy, I believe. I'm going to go to Control Z past all of this. He's going to tell these guys to, you know, heck off. There's also the Daycare man. We essentially rescue him. So I believe defeating these guys, number 1, gets us access to our bike. And then number 2 gives us access to the Daycare, the breeding center. So we can actually breed for profit now if we have enough Pokeyen to do something like that. And there we go. The Plasma Grunt's defeated. He'll essentially give us the bike as a token of gratitude and unlock the Daycare. Make sure to keep behind your bike as soon as possible. Probably one of the most important, if not the most important items in a storyline run. It's just going to help you move. Let's see if we can. Okay, more Unova dialogue. Move so much faster. All right, fellas, I think we finally did it. This fight was legitimately really hard. I got stuck at this end fight for quite a while, but there we go. We got it taken care of. The end fight is defeated. We are so close to getting the 4th gym badge. We're so close I can taste it. We got to get that done, I think. Getting the 4th gym badge is the most powerful thing you can do on any new account. It unlocks, number 1, during the event, it unlocks actually being able to grind the event with Abundant Shrine. It unlocks access to the GTL, which allows you to blast through the storyline that much faster. It allows access to the GTL so you can make Pokeyen and sell things. The 4th gym badge is just everything. It's the most important thing on a new account by far. Okay, I literally did this fight. This is the Gem 4 fight. This is the most important unlock on the account, probably for the entire account. I did this fight as a joke. I did it to limit test. My Simiseer was dead when I headed into this fight. One of my Sandiles was chipped down. I did not expect to be able to win this fight. It's going to come down to this. It's going to be super close. 45% Vault Switch. He does outspeed. Let's see what I get hit down to HP-wise. 45.2. He could low roll. I can just potion, actually. If I potion, it guarantees I win. I think I win. This fight was so much easier than the end fight. That's actually insane. I fully expected to lose. I went into this fight on stream saying, I know I'm going to lose really quick and just like limit test to like see what the fight looks like so I can prepare. If he crit me there, I would have lost, which would have been crazy. So there we go. Emolga defeated, taken care of. 4th gym badge unlocked. We can now begin grinding Pokeyen. Begin actually making proper progress on our account. Hell yeah, dude. That's absolutely beautiful, dude. Hell yeah. That's a big milestone, okay? And we've been live for about 5.5 hours now, and that's where I'm going to call it day one. I'm not going to play this account for like a crazy amount of hours every single day. I want to try to make decent progress on it while also just kind of play like a normal person would, you know? I mean, 5.5 hours is kind of a lot for a normal person, but you know what I'm saying? Like a decent amount of hours, right? So I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you're going to enjoy this series. I hope we make some nice progress. I might not be able to, you know, do all of the goals that I'm aiming for, but I want to do as many as possible. I'm going to try to do them all, you know? But we're going to see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you're interested in this series and are enjoying it. Subscribe if you want to see PokeMMO videos every single day. Follow me on Twitch to catch these live if you want to check those out. Discord's down below for tons of help during the event. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal and Venmo do help out a ton. Thanks for watching, supporting, and being part of the journey. I hope you guys are having fun in your PokeMMO journey and enjoying the event. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace, Reno. Hey, thank you so very much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me. And if your name is listed here, you're the reason I'm able to do this in the first place by going above and beyond and supporting the channel via YouTube memberships and Twitch Primes. Thank you so much. Have a great day.